Yo, yo,
Benty. Darren Bent. Welcome, welcome. How are you, Benty?
I'm good to be fair. I've just finished playing paddle. I'm sitting outside in like a little wooden hut. I'm absolutely freezing, but yeah, I'm good.
Well, I appreciate you. Try and stay warm for us, please. I appreciate you, Benty, for joining. Did you win, by the way?
We drew actually 1-1. We only had an hour, so an hour's not long enough, but it was a good game, really good game.
I love it. I love. Where'd you play?
So I played up here in the area that I live,
Okay.
at our local David Lloyd. So yeah, it was
Okay.
nice.
Very, very, very nice. Yeah, yeah. Paddles picking up here in New York City as well. There's a lot of courts as well. So
Well,
that's
I
good.
got to play when I was in New York a couple of weeks ago. I got to play at what was the place? Reserve Paddle, which was
Oh,
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, it was nice.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
nice.
They're everywhere. We've got one near our house as well. Benty, won't take too much long of your time. Welcome. As you can see, so many people are joining. A lot of them, obviously, are Villa fans. So they
Hmm.
salute you, Benty, up the Villa,
Thank
obviously,
you.
from the great times when you joined. I remember that January day. It was around this month when you
Yeah.
came and then you scored that winner against Manchester City. Tremendous stuff. But obviously, it's more than that. Benty, of course, with TalkSport, Sky Sports. Let's get straight into it, my friend. I know we've got questions for you specifically about your time at Villa,
Mhm.
and some people are going to ask more questions. But let's begin with the midweek games here. I'll just recap the games here. Palace, Aston Villa trying to break the curse here as they visit Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. We've got Fulham against Chelsea. Liam Rossinier coming in now as the new manager. Brentford, who are doing very well these days, they're hosting Sunderland. Bournemouth host Tottenham. Antoine Semenyo's final game. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on here. Antoine Semenyo's final game with Bournemouth against, obviously, your former club as well, Tottenham. Manchester City against Brighton, and Everton against Wolves, and then Burnley again with managerless. Well, Darren Fletcher taking over the under-18 coach for Manchester United. And then Newcastle host Leeds United, and tomorrow a big one, Arsenal, Liverpool. I'll ask you about that one as well. We've got a bunch of questions coming, but straight away, let's kick off with Villa, their trip to Selhurst Park, because, you know, I've got a lot of Villa followers here. Talk to me about that game. What do you think? Obviously, Palace are going through a bit of a rough period right now. Oliver Glasner is not renewing his contract with the club. Villa obviously flying, but Unai Emery continued to fail against Glasner. What are your thoughts on that game?
Listen, I think Aston Villa will win. I think, as you said there, Crystal Palace and Oliver Glasner have done some great things over the last couple of seasons. If you're a Crystal Palace fan, you probably couldn't have dreamed about some of the highs that you've managed to reach. But they look like they're running on empty at the minute. I think they need reinforcements. Oliver Glasner's a great manager, but I think as well, he probably needs a little bit of help now, and he's not getting that. It looks like they're going to lose one of their best players, maybe potentially in this window, in Mark Gahey, which is a big blow. So I can understand it's difficult for Crystal Palace, but for Aston Villa, what a season it's been. Got off to a really, really... but they're flying. I know they got beat by Arsenal, but Arsenal for me is the best team in the league, so there's no shame in that. Arsenal got the best home record in the Premier League as well. So again, you'd say you could kind of live with that. But I expect Aston Villa to go to Selhurst Park and win. I think some of the players for Aston Villa are in top form. But it's about, can they continue this run? And Unai Emery's doing a wonderful job.
Yep, yeah, 6 points away from the top of the table. Arsenal obviously play Liverpool on Thursday, so if they win, it'll be back to 3 points. And obviously, depending what happens with City, they're even on points with Manchester City thanks to that late equaliser by Chelsea. So it's an absolute flying time. Villa, Benty, are everything you said. They're absolutely flying under Unai Emery, and you know it's really a testament to the squad and what Emery has done. Palace remains an absolute thorn in Villa's shoe. They just are unable to break them. But there's a few things about Palace. Daniel Munoz is injured. He's a massive component for this. Ismaili Sarr is at AFCON. You mentioned Mark Gahey. Reports now, Oliver was not a report. Glasner confirmed it. He said, look, if the right offer comes in, he's done. He's gone, meaning this month. So there's so much inconsistency. I'll ask you this, and Palace, by the way, they have not won a game for a while. I think it's since December 7th in the Premier League. They haven't won a game. So there's a lot going on there. I wonder, Benty, do you think that if when you're a player and your manager tells you that he's not going to renew his contract, what does that do for you if you're like right in the middle of a season? Does that change any kind of mentality for you? Because I know that it's obviously very customary in the Bundesliga. Sometimes a manager just says, look, I'm done. I'm not going to continue. I wish the club all the best. And culturally, players in the Bundesliga get used to it. But in the Premier League, it doesn't happen that much. Glasner's not going to confirm his status with the club. Does that leave, if you're a player, what does that do to you as you're trying to, do well in the Premier League?
You know what? I think as players, you understand it, because I think you look at, like, I think Brennan Johnson going to Crystal Palace was a great move, a really good signing. It fits everything that they do. But I think as players in the dressing room, you understand that the manager's won you your first major trophy in your club's history. You're in Europe. You've won the Community Shield. And then you're seeing one or two bodies come in, but you're seeing, like, season upon season, your best players leaving. I think as players in the dressing room, you kind of understand it. Like, I think Oliver Glasner has drip dried and got every last ounce out of that Crystal Palace squad. And I think they've done wonderful things. And I think the job that he's done has been remarkable. I'm not quite sure anyone else could have done that. I think as players in the dressing room, you almost go, you know what? We love him while he's here, but we understand it. Like, he deserves to have a chance at a top club. So you don't hold it against him. You probably go, do you know what? Well, as long as he's here, we'll put a shift in, and hopefully we can win something for him, something else for him. But I think you just respect it, and you just go, do you know what? It is what it is. It's like players. When you've got a top player in your dressing room, you always know it's a matter of time before he moves on to the next level, and you kind of respect that, and you just get on with it.
Yeah, no, I guess I agree with you partly. What I'm thinking is, like, let's say it's like, during the week training session, and the manager's trying to encourage you. He's trying to, create some kind of level of, energy, and, come on, lads, let's get Europe, like all that stuff. And I feel, and when things are going tough, which is right now, I wonder if sometimes a player's like, well, why am I killing myself to better this team when I know that you're not really fully believing in the project? I don't even think that they wouldn't put their effort in, to your point. I think it's more about, like, do they have the faith in what's happening? Just because it seems to me that Glasner is not confirming this because he doesn't have faith in the hierarchy, which says a lot.
I think a lot of it, I think when you see how committed he's been to Crystal Palace and what he's achieved, I think he's earned that respect. Right. And I think people who've got common sense would say, well, when he first got there, listen, they lost Elise, he left. They lost Eze, he's gone. It looks like they're going to lose Gahey. So that's the last three players, the best players in your squad. Someone's taken them from you. There's only so much you can do. After a while, it's like, okay. And then they've brought in good players, don't get me wrong, but Munoz probably might go at the end of the season. Mateta's talking about he might not sign his new contract. Adam Morton's another one. Like, I think for Glasner, he's probably thinking, well, it might not get any better than this. So rather than we overstay my welcome and it gets to a point where Crystal Palace fans will go, yeah, he won a CFA Cup, but towards the end it wasn't good. He's probably thinking to himself, well, let someone else come in and try and take the reins and maybe take this team forward. So I genuinely believe that he's done a wonderful job, and I think everyone at the club, including the players, will respect him for it.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no denying how amazing Glasner has done for Palace. I mean, any Villa fan will tell you, like, he just remains such a thorn in Emity's shoe. All right, so let's wrap up this game. You think Villa's going to win this, and it will be the breaking of the curse. Thoughts on anybody in particular from Villa's side that you think will be the difference maker today? Obviously, we have Morgan Rogers. John McGinn scored a brace last game. Ollie